Hello, Internet. I'm the Cow Says Moo, and you're watching the Exploits of Cowgamel, Episode 14, a Minecraft 1.2.3 Let's Play with a whole bunch of mods. Haven't made any cosmetic changes here at this time, but I have done some research with Thaumcraft and a little bit more DNA progress. So let's show you what I got here with these. I did a little mining off camera too. I was looking around for some cave spawners and other things. I was kind of just bored and wanting to get on and do something, but nothing was really being particularly appealing, so I just did some mining. I was kind of running low on resources anyway, but I found a bunch of fossils. I've put in like half a stack each of these, and I've still got a full stack more. I've got a Triceratops egg now. I've got two T-Rex, two Pterosaurs, two Dilophosaurs, two Stegosaurus, a Mosasaur, and a Brachiosaurus. So I've rocking right along on some of these eggs. Let's see, do I have anything else in these? Or did I grab them all? Oh, and look, I've got another Brachiosaurus. And I think that might be about it. I've only been doing a couple at a time now because there's definitely a high chance of these breaking. And it doesn't matter if you're clicked on it while it's going, it'll still break. So there doesn't seem to be, at least so far, any way to prevent it from breaking. Which is a little annoying, but it's the price you pay for doing experiments such as this, I suppose. As you can see, I also found a couple more broken ancient helmets. So I just found quite a bit of stuff when I was mining the other day. I also spent some time up here in the Thaumcraft room doing some studies on the Quasitum. Let's see, I think I left them there. Yeah, I've got 7 new discoveries. So I'll go ahead and grab those and teach myself them on camera so we can take a look at them. It's the charm of life, I guess. If this charm is kept on your person, it'll continually regenerate your health. Can wear out. Okay. No, that's pretty cool. That's the charm of life. Yeah. Okay. Sword of the Zephyr. Enchanted Thaumium sword is able to call on powers of the wind to summon lightning, pull your enemies, or even grant flight. Ooh, flight. That sounds awesome. I might even be able to make that. We might have to give that a look in a bit. What is this one? Concentrated V. Highly concentrated. Oh. So it looks like that's a way to raise the V of an area, maybe. Though I think with all my activities and all the crystals and stuff I've got here, that's not a problem for this area. I think in the update, the 1.2.5 update, he's changed the numbers a little bit so it doesn't raise quite as quickly, which is probably good because I really have put no effort into raising the V of this area, and I'm maxed, as you can see. So it's probably a little too easy right now. Pick up these crystals while I'm here and looking at them. Oh, I've got plans for today, so I'm carrying a bunch of stuff on me. I'll go through it in just a couple minutes here. Is that all my crystals? Nope, there's another one. There we go. Alright, let's look at the rest of these discoveries. Let's just dump a couple of these things for the time being so I can get a hold of all those discoveries. Alright, so we've got a Crucible of Souls, which sounds ominous. Consumes life force of nearby creatures. That's beautiful. That's something I'll definitely use down in my dungeon. Produces a lot of tainted V. That's funny. Yeah, I'll definitely be using that. Atomic generator. I think I know what this one is. Converts V into ether energy, so I can use it for EU, Bluetricity, or megajoules. That's awesome. I might have to set up a bigger V area for that, or V generating area, or a more automated one. Dark Infuser, this is what I needed for the brain in the jar, so that's awesome. I'll get that figured out then, for sure. Probably won't be doing these today because I've got other plans, but I'll take a look at these and figure out how to do them and do those maybe next one. Harnessed Rage. I bet this probably works with a chest and maybe a couple other things. Because I know that chest can attack mobs, so this will make it do more damage or something. Awesome. So I got some interesting theories here, a couple which I'll definitely be using pretty much right away. So that's good. I got ones that I actually wanted. Alright, let's come down here and grab these again. Alrighty, so what I planned for today is first, I'm sitting on 32 levels of experience right now, and I'm not really going to do anything with them. So I think I want to make a couple XP books to store some of that experience. So if I do happen to die, and I haven't died yet somehow this game, so I probably just cursed myself there by pointing it out, but if I do happen to die, I won't lose all of that experience, because that would suck. So XP books, as you can see, I was looking it up here. It's just 2 pieces of gold around a book. And I made one before, but didn't quite know how it works. So this time I'll point it out. Right now, as you see, I'm level 32 and have about 3/4 of a bar as well. But as soon as I make this XP book, it will store half of my experience points in it. Poof. And we'll take a look, and I'm down to level 16. And I think I'm going to make one more. And that should drop me down into the 8 or 9 range. Yeah, level 8. And as you can see, this has got 1400 experience, and this one's got 376 experience. I grabbed the one that was over in the workshop, which has got another 200 and something experience. And I think I'm just going to put them up here near my Thaumcraft area. I think I'm going to build an empty bookcase and store them in that. Where do I want it? Do I want it just right here outside that, or do I want it up here? Maybe I'll put it up here. Maybe I'll take these books out and put them in there. There we go. So now I've got XP books in that one right there. And I think, just so I remember where they are, I'm going to destroy this one and make just a regular empty bookshelf and put it underneath it. And that bookshelf is, of course, from a little mini mod. So now I've got an empty one right there, and that'll remind me that I'm storing XP books here. And if I make more of them eventually, then I'll get rid of this one too and just make this whole column XP books, so I can use them when I'm wanting to do enchanting or whatever. Awesome. So let's go ahead and dump those books and stuff that I've got on me, because I don't need those. I don't think I need wooden planks at the moment either. So one of the things I wanted to do today is, first off, go down to that Buildcraft room and hook up some wireless redstone stuff so I can switch those banks of combustion engines and activate them when I want them used and turn them off when I'm not using them, so we're not wasting all that fuel. So we'll do that first. Need to put a pressure plate on this door. Add a little bit. Well, I'll do that off camera. You don't need to see that. Oh, come on. The vines look cool, but they're sometimes a pain in the butt. Alright, see how you guys are doing here. I did add another bucket to each of these just to keep them running. Looks like they're almost up to the next level. That's awesome. But for the time being, well, no, first off, let's just go ahead and make what we need. So what I'm going to need is 4 wireless transmitters and 4 wireless receivers, because I want each of these banks of 3 to be separate, so I can run at 25%, 50%, 75%, or 100% power. And we'll just use this close one here as the first bank. Oh, I've got a phone call. Be right back. Alright, folks, I'm back, though it does sound like I might be getting another interruption soon. We'll see. So I was getting ready to set up the wireless redstone here, hooked up to these banks. Looks like these guys probably just ran out of fuel, so I guess that's perfect timing. So I'm just going to start by removing these levers, and then we will build my wireless transmitters and receivers. We need receivers on this end, so that's, there we go, just with a lever in the middle, easy enough. Wireless receivers, there we are. And I'll just put that down. I think it'll activate right here, so I think I'm just going to drop that one there, and that one there. This one here, and this one here. And we'll put them all on similar frequencies, but not the same. Since this is the first thing I'm doing, I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. That one I want to be 3. And there's a reason for that. I'll explain that in just a moment. This one will be 2. Alright, and the reason I wanted these 2 here to be 1 and 2 is because they're going to be the ones that first get fuel. And it's a pretty pedantic difference, you know, really picky. But these are the first to get fuel from the system because of the way fluid dynamic works in Minecraft. It's going to come down here and first start filling up these and then fill up these later. But since they're going to get fuel the easiest and the fastest, I want them to be the first 2 banks. And then we will set up a little bit of redstone wire, or red alloy wire. Just to get the rest of the engines in those banks. There we go. And it's not the prettiest thing in the world here, but it's going to work. I'm not going to be coming down into this room very often. This room is definitely much more about function than form. And then I think I'm going to turn these on and let them fuel up a bit. And as you can see, these aren't getting much fuel until these close ones are full or very nearly full. So that's why I want these banks to be first. I've got plenty of fuel here, though. That's good. I don't think I'm going to want this directly attached. So let's go ahead and remove that while that's fueling up. Here we go. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to have a teleport pipe in. So let's make my wireless teleport, or my redstone teleport pipes. Power teleport pipes, there we go. I'll put that one there, and oops. That's not what I meant. There we go. We'll make you frequency 1 receive true. And we'll put one up here somewhere. It doesn't really make much difference where. We'll put it right there. And you can be frequency 1. And you will not be receiving, you'll just be sending. So what that's going to do is any energy that's being generated from any of these 4 banks, since they're connected here in the middle, will be able to go to this pipe if this is set to true. and currently it is set to true, so it will be receiving once I turn it on. Let's see, you're full. How are you guys doing now? You've got a little bit, you've got a little bit. I think that's good enough. I think we'll go ahead and turn off this valve. And then as a test, I'm just going to come over here and set up a transmitter, which I haven't created yet. So let's go ahead and create those. They just have a redstone in the middle instead of a lever. Here we go, wireless transmitters. And just as a test, I'm going to set it right there, put it on frequency 1, and give me a lever here. Turn it on and make sure that it's working. And as you can see, those 3 engines just started up, and we're back to making oil, or making fuel. Awesome. So that's going to work. I don't want to leave that here, obviously, so I'm just going to turn it off. I've got enough fuel for the moment to get me by. Once I decide where I want to set these up, then I will turn it back on. So that's all I need to do down here in this Buildcraft room. So let's go up to the farm, the pumpkin and melon farm, and rather than walking all the way up there on camera, I think I'll just cut camera and head up there. See you in a sec. Alright folks, I'm back, and I got halfway over to the farm and realized that I hadn't set up other teleport pipes that I'd need to be able to pipe energy over to that farm. So I ended up having to create a few more teleport pipes, and I just put 5 up here. So 1 will be used for the refinery here, and then I think I'll just use 2, I guess, for the pumpkin melon farm. And then I've got a couple spares for future projects, quarry or other automated farms or whatever. So now I'll head over to the farm and I'll be right back. Alright, so here we are at the farm, and we'll go under my little underpass that I made and pop up over here next to the engines and everything that I've got set up. And I think I'm just going to remove this steam engine that I've got here, and we will set up something different with teleport pipes instead. So first off, all we really need is, let's see, I think I'm going to need one more space here. I can bend one. Yeah, so we'll do it like that. Okay. So a golden conductive pipe. And then I'm going to want a power switch pipe here that I made before, but I don't seem to have on me naturally. So let's see. Did I put it in my requester system? Power switch pipe. I made those before in error, and I didn't need them. Power switch pipe, yeah. So I'll just request that one. There we go. And set that up here. And what this does is it'll let power flow through. It'll let Buildcraft power flow through if it receives a redstone signal. And then I will set up a power teleport pipe, which I don't have quite yet, and we'll make that. There we go, and we'll set that one to frequency 2, receive true, and then we'll set a wireless receiver over there, which we'll whip up real quick. And that was the one that had the switch in the middle. Wireless receiver. And let's set that to, I don't know, we'll set it to like 201 or something crazy. 201, and I gotta make note of that so I remember what the heck it is. And what this is going to do now is it will be able to receive power through this and through here if that gets a transmitted signal. So if we set up a quick transmitter over here to test it. I've actually got several transmitters on me. We'll just use one of them. Oops. Let's turn you down so I don't accidentally change a bunch of things to sand again. That was crazy. Right here, set you to 201. Give me a lever and turn it on and make sure that it's working. So now it should be transmitting. Ta-da. And, oh, we have no power being generated at the moment, but it looks like the switch worked and it would receive power. So that's what we want to see. So if I had any of those engines turned on at the moment, then this would be receiving power because the power switch is on. So that's perfect. And I could bury that redstone receiver underneath this. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. We'll put that under here instead. Not that it makes much difference really, but makes it just a little cleaner here. Change that to 201. Put the power switch on top of it, which we will probably need to do this for. There we go. Awesome. So now I have a switchable pumpkin and melon farm as well once I've got the energy flowing. So that's perfect. The other main thing I was going to do, and I think we'll travel back to the village in a bit too, but the other main thing I wanted to do today was actually play around with the dust mod a little. And I had to do quite a bit of testing with this because it seems that the rune that I'm working on is a little bugged in this version. Supposedly it's been fixed in new versions for 1.25, but it's a little bugged in this version, so I had to play around with it quite a bit to figure it out. But let's show you what I'm going to want to do. While I was mining, I found like 3 more or 4 more monster spawners, and I think I want to try to collect some of those. And there is a way to do that with the dust mod, which is very cool. We'll go up here to where my runic lexicon is set up and take a look at this rune. Let's see here. Gotta find it in here. Getting there. One more, this one. So this rune right here, which looks like it's made up with just gunpowder and lapis around a mob spawner, is able to actually collect the mob spawner and drop it on the ground. You also need 8 obsidian as a sacrifice. And one of the bugs that is going on with this one is I can't just click a piece of paper to this and get the pattern and plop it down. So I have to remember what that rune is, but it's pretty easy. It's 4 on bottom, 6. Got a little tails here, and then it's the same on the other side. And then there's just those 4 extra blues. So I think I've got that memorized. After all my testing, I'm pretty sure I've got it. So I'll just need to go down, grab some obsidian, and then we'll head down and try to find a couple of those cave spider spawners and collect them. The other bug with it is that it doesn't collect where you would expect it to. It doesn't just drop like a normal item from the place that you destroy it. It drops 2 squares down. So you have to clear a little space below it, the spawner, to be able to collect it. And it took me a while to figure that out, but I've got it working. So let's get... What did I come down here to get? Oh, obsidian. I've got 2 of them down there, so I'll request 16 pieces of obsidian for right now, because it requires 8 per attempt. And maybe actually I'll come down here to my transmutation table and just get a couple more, just to make sure. I've got a Klein star. First real use of the Klein star, at least on camera. There we go. Now I got a bunch of obsidian in case I screw it up. And I have 64 gunpowder and lapis, so I should be okay there too. So let's just go head down to these cave spider spawns, and you can see them all there. I made waypoints for them in the REI minimap, but I think I know how to get back to one of them pretty quick here. So we'll just head through the farm, come out here to the water, and roam around. One of them was down there near those pirate ships that we first found several episodes ago. So, and if I found a quick way to just swim down and go almost directly to it, so we'll pop on over there and do that real quick. The farm is pretty well hidden now. I planted several more trees. It's not perfectly hidden, but it's not totally obvious from the water, so pretty happy about that, especially with all these pirates potentially roaming around. Wouldn't want them to see my farm and come try to invade. Or maybe I would, then I could kill them. Haha. Let me out here. Here we go. And I left a little torch here so I'd remember that this is actually the bay I need to swim down in. And it's just right down here. So we'll come on over it and you can kind of see that light source there. There we go. Alrighty. So I've got a cave spawner here. And as you can see, I hollowed out the area underneath it so that when it drops, I can actually collect it. And hollowed out the space here so it'll just drop straight down. But I do need the space around it to be available, and you don't want anything on it, so these torches can't be directly connected to the spawner or anything. They have to be a couple spaces away. So let's get the dust out and get working on it here. Let's dump those for right now. Alrighty, so it was a row of 6 lapis dust, blue dust, and 4 underneath it. And then it went up like that. Like this. There we go. And then we had a little bit of gunpowder here. And then we did basically the mirror of it without those 4 extra lapis on the very bottom in gunpowder on this side. And then the lapis right here. And the lapis right here. Alright, let's see. Does that look right? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so now we need those obsidian. And we'll dump those up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we need to get out our runic tome and activate that business with a right click, and it turns into a pig, which is known. It always turns into a pig. You can turn it back with a different rune later. And it drops down here. And I'm all full up, so I can't pick it up at the moment. Let's throw that up there. I killed a wisp on the way, that annoying one that you could hear from the Buildcraft room. And I have a monster spawner now. Totally legit in mods, of course, in full-on survival mode. That's awesome. And I will be able to turn that monster spawner into any type of creature I want with another dust rune. So I'm going to go to another one I've got set up and show it to you one more time, just to make sure we've got it. I've got another spawner here, and I obviously built this tunnel to get right to it, just so I could show you two of them. Where's the other one? It's over here, I think. Yeah, here it is, right here. One more cave spider. So we will do one more try. And what it was is just 6 blue. And as I said, I think in the new version you can actually use the runic scrolls, so you don't have to memorize this. But it's really a pretty easy rune. It's not overly complicated. You can definitely memorize it if you have to, obviously. I'm not that smart. If I can do it, anyone can. A couple more blue on this side. A couple more blue on this side. Give it a quick once over, make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm pretty good at missing these little twofers on the end. That looks pretty solid though. So we'll throw 8 obsidian down there. And then grab my runic tome, back up just a step, and click it. Ta-da, turns into a pig, and drops. Awesome. And now I've got 2 of those. Oh, and they don't stack. I never even noticed that. Awesome. So what I'm going to do with them now is I'm going to go back to my little dungeon that I made and set it up there. No need to show you that on camera though, so I'll cut it real quick. Hey folks, there is one thing I decided I do want to show you real quick. I don't remember if I've shown you already, but just to make sure. You can remove these markers now. Since I've taken the cave spawner, there's no need to have that on here. You just go to your list. I don't know what the list is set to by default for REI's minimap, but you can just go into your settings and do key config and check. Mine's set to P right now. So we'll exit the menu and go P. Yeah, go P. There we go. And come down here and find the cave spider spawner. That's near where we are, 348. This one right here. And then we'll click remove and X and remove that one. Poof, and it's gone. And I'll just go ahead and do that to the other one. Since I took that other cave spider spawner, there's no need to leave it on the map anymore. And as you can see, I've also got several of the things in that list hidden, just turned off. That way I'm not cluttering my map all the time with a ton of waypoints that I don't care about at the moment, but will in the future, like oil and obelisks. I don't know what to do with an obelisk yet, so I've just hidden them all. And oil, I've already got one oil derrick out there mining away, so I don't need more of them at the moment. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that real quick before I got back to my laboratory. So I'll be back in a sec after I get rid of this other cave spider spawn point. Be back in a bit. Alright everyone, I'm back here in my DNA lab, ready to go down to those to the dungeon that I made. So we'll push the little button here, and it's on a little bit of a delay, so you can, oops, try again. Ladders are less than ideal. There we go. But I made it down into my dungeon. And I'm going to put a couple of those spawners down here. Where exactly do I want them, though? I think I want them right here. I want to pick exactly where I want them, because I don't want to have to go through that whole rigmarole again just to move them. But I think I'm going to want them right there. And at the moment, they don't have grass to spawn, so I don't think I'm going to get any pigs spawning. We'll see. If I do, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I think I think pigs need grass and light, and it's fairly dark in there, and there's no grass, so I think that they're not going to spawn. I'm going to turn one of those into a cow, and one of those into something else I haven't decided yet, and then I'll go and collect a couple other ones and put them over here, and then I'll always have a supply of people. Or maybe just in one of them, and then maybe I'll capture a couple testificates and put them in this other one. Then I'll have an endless supply of subjects to do tests on. So anyway, that's fun. There's plenty of other mob spawners out there that I've found already. I think I've got 4 or 5 others marked that I can go out and collect. So if I want, a mob grinder or something in the future, I've got plenty for those too. I did start clearing out a little lab space here. Haven't decided what exactly I'm going to do with it, but I at least set up a room for it. But I think that's good enough for this area. I think right now all I've got left for this episode is I want to head back to the village and actually start laying out the areas that I want for myself, and then want for my factory, and then want just for expanded village building. So I'm going to that end, I've got some landmarks so I can actually plop them down and lay out a little space and decide if it's big enough and whatnot. And maybe I'll set up an item teleport too so I can gather more items over there and start working a bit. We'll see. So we'll use my teleporter. Why the heck not? It looks like it's raining and nighttime and stuff, so maybe I'll sleep real quick before I head out. Stupid steps. Or, stupid me, because I can't make steps work. Hey, kitty. Can I sleep in the bed with you? I can. Good. Good kitty. Yeah, you're a good dog too. Good dog. Good dog. Yeah, good dog. Alright. Now we'll head back down to that portal room and teleport to the village and start taking a look at that and setting up some areas. I really like the way this room turned out. It looks pretty nice. There we go, and hit this portal. Ta-da! Back here in village area. Okay, so where am I going to want my house? I'm going to want to elevate my house a bit. Well, first off, I think the factory is going to be easier to decide, so we'll take a look here. I want the factory, down in this area here on the water. Down here. Maybe like here. Somewhere in this neighborhood. So I can have a little bit of housing and stuff next to it if I decide to. Yeah, that looks good. So we will place down some of these blocks because these landmarks need to be at the same elevation, and obviously they're not going to be. That's a little higher back over there. So we'll try placing them at about 66. That should be good. And I can dig down if I need to on the other end. So 66. And then I don't remember how to activate these off the top of my head. I think putting a redstone torch next to them does it. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. So now I've got lines going where I want them. And I can come over here and say, yeah, this looks far enough. Um, maybe somewhere in this neighborhood, I think. This is a factory. It doesn't have to be extremely huge. What I'm probably going to put here is more Buildcraft stuff. Maybe a couple of the less pretty looking farms, like tree farms and stuff like that. Definitely a automated crafting area. So maybe I want to go a couple more, get a little closer to this thing, and I'll set it up here. There we go. And these guys are scaring me a little bit. Sorry, I keep looking over there. We'll set this up and put another redstone torch next to it, just so I can see where this is heading. And coming in this direction. How far inland am I now? Oh, maybe a bit further than that. Yeah, we'll come into like here, so that's not bad. We'll drop it right about here, I think. And I'm not really planning on doing anything with these landmarks per se. I'm just plotting them out so I know roughly where I'm going to build up some walls and that sort of thing. At this point, I'm just doing some planning, and they make a very convenient tool for that. And my walls aren't going to be perfectly straight. I'll have some cut-ins and extensions and that sort of thing. But yeah, that looks awesome. I think that'll be plenty big enough. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 29, 30. Yeah, so like 35, that'll be good. And it's a little wider than that. That's awesome. So that'll be my basic factory area, and I'll build up some ugly, smoky-looking buildings and have fire and maybe a tree farm. Buildcraft more space for some oil, and I'll probably end up having a couple pipes coming out here over the water, dumping goo of some sort, oil, or if I do some biorefinery, I think that green and orange stuff will look pretty awesome pouring out into the water here. So that's what I'm planning to do with the factory. And then I'm going to put some tenements around here, some nice, fairly big but poor slum-like looking buildings, couple stories with just small rooms and doors so the testificates can reproduce and live in them. Over towards the original village, I think I'm going to build a wall around it. Maybe expand it a little bit with just a couple more buildings that are done in the same style as these, so they all look like they were built at roughly the same time. I think I'm going to surround this well with a couple more. And then wall it and make it look like Old Town, basically, and then do some different interesting architectural buildings around them for more housing. And then up over here where my teleport is, that's where I'll put my house, and I'll have more of the testificates around them. So that's the plan there. And my house, though, I'm not 100% convinced that I like this spot anymore. It's kind of narrow. I want a bigger area where I can put a couple parks, maybe a pool or something. So maybe I'm going to move it this way a bit more. Put it back towards the plains a bit more here. Ooh, I've got an obelisk there. Yeah, maybe I want to include that obelisk in my house, in my garden walls. Yeah, that's definitely something I want to include. So I will... that's a nice hill there. Maybe I'll just use that as part of the wall. So let's jump up here a couple squares and put this. Maybe like here. So I'm at 71. I don't think I want it quite that. Well, no, that's actually probably good. Let's jump back up there again. Because I want to build up parts of my lot as well, so I can kind of look over the village. So 71 might not actually even be high enough, but that's a good start. And then we'll go this direction, 30 or 35 squares maybe. Somewhere in this neighborhood is probably fine. And jump back up to 71 here. So right there. And put this on the outside here. And give me a redstone torch. Make sure they connect. It looks like it. Nope, not quite. So maybe we'll just back this one up a couple more. That'll give me a little more room around this obelisk anyway, so that's good. I like that. Alright, this one will go right here then. Cool. And then we'll throw another redstone torch here if I've got wood. Do I have wood on me? No, of course I don't. And there's not really any trees around here, so I'll just eyeball this. I am at 176, 71. Come over here a little ways. Take a look at this map and see where the village ends and see where my teleport thing is. So somewhere in this neighborhood, I think. Looks good. 176. Yep, I'm back there again. I'm at 71 right now, so I'll place this one here. And I don't have another redstone torch to light it up at the moment. But I am at 768. Oh wow, I'm hungry and starving, and it's getting dark, and nobody's telling me anything. Why don't you people ever talk back to me? 768. There we go. We'll throw that right here. 768 will be this one. Awesome. So that'll go there. And so this area within those will roughly be my compound. And I'll put my house, maybe a couple servants' quarters, and have some gardens set up and that obelisk over there. I'll expand the village all the way over here. So those are my long-term goals, obviously. That's not going to get done in just a couple episodes, but I'll be futzing around with it bit by bit. I think I'm probably also going to elevate this whole area so it's kind of gradually moving up towards these landmarks. Maybe drop some of this area down a bit so I can look over it. Do a little terraforming. Maybe bring it down outside of my home here, down to this little pond, because I kind of like it. It looks pretty good. And flatten that out over there to bring it down to that level as well. Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. And I'm kind of glad I came out here just to snoop again and get a feel for it. I'll have a couple apiaries in here because I'll have some nice grassy area for them to live in, whereas the rest of the town will have just a little bit of grassy area, but it'll be mostly actual village. It might even work up to a town, I suppose, because I'm hoping to have 100 test certificates running around or something. Just because I've never done it before, and it sounds like fun to play with that many test certificates running around. It might lag the heck out of my machine. It might just be a hassle because NPCs tend to be annoying. But I want to give it a try and just play around with it and see what happens. So that's really about all I had ready for this episode. Oh, another reason I wanted all that space is so I can possibly raise a couple dinosaurs in there too. Or maybe just on the other side of there, and the village will just be this way, and then I'll have Jurassic Park out there going the other direction. With that big tree there, that might actually look really awesome. So maybe I'll do that on the other side of my house. So, as I said, that's about it for this episode. Next time I'll go back and play with some of those other things we were talking about. But until then, have fun and keep mooing.